Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. This is our exam week. So this week the only thing that you have to complete is the exam. There are no discussion posts to complete, there's no labs, there's no check-in quiz, there's nothing else you need to do. So I want you to have all week long to prepare and get ready for this exam. So as I've mentioned a few times before, you have two different options when it comes to the exam. You can either take the traditional multiple choice only exam. I believe it's 34 or 35 multiple choice questions. Or you can take the essay only exam, for which you received a study guide. I posted that, and it actually has the questions that you'll potentially see. So it's your choice of which of these exams that you take. So the week of the exam, I'm in the week 6 folder right now. There's a couple of different things you'll see. There's some exam information. This is the same information you have seen in the study materials folder that I have posted the last 2 weeks. So in week 4 and in week 5 both I posted this information, but here it is again. I also have a link to the study sessions in here. So the study sessions are scheduled for Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning and Wednesday at noon. As of right now, I've only have the 2 scheduled. If I need to schedule a 3rd one later in the week, I can certainly do that if people are interested in. But based on the people who filled out the form that I had posted, this seemed to be the 2 days that worked best for most people. So that's when we're going to have the study sessions. So you'll click on this folder, and there will be links here. So a link to the first session and a link to the second session. Please just keep in mind that the idea behind these study sessions is that you come with questions to ask me, right? So it's probably a good idea to have your study guides and to have at least looked over those study guides and identified areas where you need help or you have questions. So if you're working on something and you're like, oh, I don't know that I know this very well, this would be a good question to ask, and then, bring that with you. If we're all just sitting together in a study session and no one's going to say anything, it's not going to be very helpful or very useful. So please make sure that when you do attend these study sessions, just try to come with a question or two. And who knows, hopefully other students will have questions as well. Maybe some will be questions that you might have had, or maybe there'll be other things and you're like, oh, I didn't think of that. I'm glad they asked that. So again, the more people we can get to participate, the more questions you have, the more productive these sessions are going to be. The next thing I have, instructions on Lockdown Browser. So in order to access both of these exams, you have to have a Lockdown Browser on your computer. And this is something that, again, if you've used Lockdown Browser with other classes, if you're not new to Harper, if you were here at Harper in the spring, or you took classes with us in the summer, and other instructors used Lockdown Browser, it's the exact same program, right? This isn't something you knew. You won't have to download it again. I'm only using the Lockdown Browser portion of it. I am not using the webcam monitor portion of it. So if you are on a traditional desktop and you don't have a webcam, that's okay. You don't need one. If you have a laptop and you have one that's enabled anyway, it won't be used. I'm not going to record these sessions. But I do want to make sure that you don't have access to other browsers while you're taking this exam. So that's why we're using Lockdown Browser. So if you need instructions on downloading and using it, they're here. If you're familiar with the program and you've used it before, just go ahead and open the program and log into Blackboard as you normally would. And then again, you're going to choose one of these 2 options here. So again, traditional is the multiple choice only exam. The second choice is the essay exam. Please keep in mind, I gave you 6 possible essay questions. You're going to see some combination of 4 questions on your exam, and it will be random for each student. So you might get 2 questions that someone else gets, but you also might have 2 questions that just you get. So the computer, the way that the system works is it randomly chooses those questions. As far as the essay questions go, it gives you a random assignment of those. So that's why you were given a possibility of 6 questions, but you're only going to see actually 4 of them on the exam. The traditional exam works kind of in the same way. There will be some questions that you see multiple choice that other students won't see. So this is the way that I can ensure that everybody's getting a slightly different version of the exam. Again, it's all the same content, so don't worry about that. There's not content that you're getting that someone else won't be getting on their exam, but by switching up the questions, it enables me to provide a little added layer of, let's just call it security, in the sense that I would hope that you're not sharing information with other students in this class about questions that you had versus questions that potentially they had. So again, let's keep our honesty and cheating and plagiarism policy in mind here. We do have one here at Harper. It's very clearly located on the syllabus if you need to be reminded of that. I'm trusting that, again, that you're going to take the exam as intended, not using notes, not using study aids. Those aren't part of the exam. Again, unless you have some other approved accommodation in which you need to reach out to me and discuss with me what that looks like. But for the majority of you, I'm assuming that you're preparing by using that study guide to study to the best of your ability, and then the day of the exam comes and you take that exam without any extra aids. Let's just put it that way. And again, by not recording you, I'm trusting that you're doing that. If it turns out that I have problems, if I see things that look a little bit off to me, or I see too many questions that were answered in the same way by groups of people that might be in contact with each other, I might change the way exams look in this class. But again, I'm going to go on the trust principle here, and I'm trusting that you all are going to do the right thing, and that you are going to prepare and take your exam, and again, not share information with other classmates, because if that is the case, then we're going to certainly have problems. But I'm not going to assume that. I'm assuming that we're all going to do the right thing this time. So after you have taken the exam, the multiple choice traditional exams, you'll receive your grade automatically. So those are automatically graded. So as soon as you're finished with the exam and you submit it, you'll know exactly how you did. Please keep in mind that the essay exams need to be graded, right? I have to go through and I have to read them and manually grade them. So depending on when you take the exam, it will potentially take me anywhere from 2 to 3 days after you submit your essay exam for you to get your score back. And again, I will give you feedback on your scores as well. So if I took points off on some of your answers, I will indicate in the comments section exactly why you lost points. Okay, so I will give you that feedback. Okay, so again, that's all we have for this week. It's just the exam. I really want you to concentrate and focus on getting yourself prepared for this exam. It's not the only exam we take. There will be 2 more this semester, but I want everyone to sort of get started on the right foot here. And if you are, again, struggling with preparing, or if there's other information that you need, you're not available to come to one of the study sessions, please just email me. That's what I'm here for. I am here to help you in any way that I can, and I would be happy to do so if you reach out to me. So good luck, everybody. I know you've got this. Have confidence in yourself. You're going to do great. And I will be in touch with you all next week. Bye.